How's it going, guys? Welcome back to S3M2 Football and welcome to today's football preview video. The UEFA Champions League is back this week, but it is just a playoff round. Somehow, though, we are about to be treated to a massive clash between two European giants in this round of fixtures. So please stick around as I talk just a little bit about the fixture that is kicking off this Tuesday on the 11th of February at the Etihad Stadium in Manchester, that sees Manchester City host Real Madrid in the UEFA Champions League. We kick things off here with the home side being Manchester City. The last 5 fixtures for the Citizens have ended in 3 wins and 2 losses. City's last match was a 2-1 win in the FA Cup over lower league side Leyton Orient. And in their last 5 fixtures, Pep Guardiola's team have scored 11 goals, but they've somehow managed to concede more than that with 12 goals. The first player I have to talk about for City is somebody I'm expecting to at least get some goal-scoring action here. Norwegian centre-forward Erling Haaland has 25 goals and 2 assists in 33 appearances. And in Haaland, I think Manchester City have the perfect target man right now. Haaland is strong, he's physical, he's very quick, and he's a very lethal finisher. He's the kind of player who knows how to hold the ball up, but he also knows how to take advantage of space to get into good goal-scoring situations. Creating some of those situations, though, I'm expecting to see Portuguese attacking midfielder Bernardo Silva. In 33 appearances, Bernardo Silva has 3 goals and 4 assists, and in Bernardo Silva, I think City have a player in midfield who's a great dribbler, he's a great passer, and he's just full of so much creativity. Bernardo Silva can create these chances for others, but he's no slouch when it comes to finishing as well. Defensively for Manchester City, I want to talk about another Portuguese player in centre-back Ruben Dias. In 24 appearances, he has no goals or assists as yet, but Ruben Dias for me is a very solid, aggressive centre-back, and he's very, very efficient with his ball winning. I think Ruben Dias has also operated as the defensive rock in Pep Guardiola's setup, and during large periods of the season he was out due to injury, and Manchester City really struggled without him. Tactically for the Citizens, I'm expecting coach Pep Guardiola to still look to impose his possession style of football on the game. At Manchester City, it's all about keeping the ball and then constantly moving it. For that, I think we will see this team lining up in a 4-2-3-1 formation. Players in midfield like Kevin De Bruyne, Ilkay Gundogan, Mateo Kovacic, and of course Bernardo Silva all just look to move the ball centrally. They look to control the tempo of the game and orchestrate things from the middle. I think players out wide like Jeremy Doku, Phil Foden, and Jack Grealish then look to crack the opposition open out wide, while the centre forward being Erling Haaland just needs to make sure he finds the space and then finds the back of the net. For the away side, Real Madrid, the last 5 fixtures for Los Blancos have ended in 3 wins, 1 draw and 1 loss. Real Madrid's last match was their draw in the Madrid derby. It was 1-1 at home against Atletico Madrid. And in their last 5 fixtures, Los Blancos have scored 10 goals and conceded just 4. So Carlo Ancelotti's team look as though they're firing on all cylinders right now. The first player I have to talk about at Real Madrid is somebody who perhaps started off very slowly but has finally found their feet in the Real Madrid shirt. French centre-forward Kylian Mbappe has 22 goals and 3 assists in 34 appearances, and for me Mbappe is so quick. He's fast with the ball and without it. He's an accurate dribbler, but he's always moving with purpose. Kylian Mbappe is a very direct player, and he's always looking to somehow convert whatever chances his team gives him into goal-scoring opportunities. Speaking of giving people chances, I think in the midfield I have to talk about Uruguayan central midfielder Federico Valverde. In 37 appearances, he has 8 goals and 4 assists, but for me, Valverde is the ultimate team player at Real Madrid. He's box to box, so he's got tons of stamina. He's very dynamic, always moving. When he doesn't have the ball, he's trying to win it back. When he does have it, he's trying to play somebody in. But for me, Valverde is very flexible, and that's a testament to how intelligent he is. That he can understand what is required of him in different areas of the pitch and how he needs to perform when he's allocated different positions. Speaking of being allocated different positions, at the heart of Real Madrid's defense, I think we will see French defensive midfielder Aurelien Tchouameni. In 29 appearances, he has just one assist, and for me, Tchouameni is a tough, quick player who's very efficient with his distribution. He is a defensive midfielder, but due to the defensive crisis at Real Madrid right now, we have seen him deputize at centre back, and Tchouameni has done quite well in that position. And I think that too just says a lot about his intelligence and his flexibility. Tactically, at Real Madrid, coach Carlo Ancelotti just wants his team to play on the counter-attack. The idea for Real Madrid is to absorb the pressure, win the ball back, and then just surge forward in numbers as quickly as possible. Midfielders like Luka Modric, Jude Bellingham, and Fede Valverde just look to move the ball through the center of the pitch and create space and opportunities for the forward line. Speaking of those players up front, Vinicius Jr., Rodrigo, and Mbappe all have the pace, the dribbling ability, and the control to be able to finish at blistering speed. Okay, on to the head-to-head and the S3M2 verdict. Now, the last 5 fixtures between Manchester City and Real Madrid have ended in 1 win for City, 2 wins for Real, and then 2 draws between the two sides. In these last 5 galactic showdowns between these two teams, Manchester City have scored 10 goals and Real Madrid have scored 8 goals. So while Real lead the race in terms of the result, City are actually better at scoring the goals. This does feel like a fixture that could have been the final. Both of these teams are phenomenally talented, and this is actual European pedigree. But somehow both of these teams found themselves in a situation where they're lucky to even be in this playoff. Defensively, both have been ravaged by issues and injuries. At Real Madrid, they're missing essentially their entire back four. David Alaba, Antonio Rudiger, Eder Militao, and Dani Carvajal are all out with long-term injuries. At Manchester City, their issues are also defensive, but mainly centrally. Goalkeeper Ederson, the centre-backs in Akanji, John Stones, and Ruben Dias at times have been very inconsistent and kind of injury-prone as well. And then the big absence in Manchester City's midfield is obviously Rodri, the player who anchors the midfield and then operates as their deep line playmaker. The big difference though is Real Madrid have compensated for their lack of depth defensively by just being phenomenal offensively. Going forward, Real Madrid have found ways to sort of grind out results, whether it's getting goals from the front line, the midfielders, or even those players who are deputizing in the back line. I think knowing that City are stretched so thin, that problem is just sort of compounded when you look at the run of fixtures they have coming up. After playing Real Madrid now at the Etihad, they're going to have to deal with Newcastle, and then they're going to have to deal with Real Madrid at the Bernabeu. They also have to deal with Liverpool later on in a few weeks' time, and I think right now a lot of the players at Manchester City are feeling tired, both mentally and physically. For Real Madrid, I think they did very well to draw against Atletico. I think Atleti really made Real Madrid work for that result, and it was a fixture that could have gone either way, but I think the draw is the best for both of those teams, but also for the Spanish La Liga as a whole. Strangely enough though, you would have thought that Manchester City should have just completely demolished Leyton Orient. It should have been a fixture that ended in a 6-0 result, and I should be talking right now about how Manchester City have so much confidence because of the amount of goals they've scored. But they failed. City have really struggled to get goals, they've struggled to convert chances, they've struggled to create chances, and it's looking rather gloomy for Pep Guardiola and his team. I think it's easy to blame it on those defensive issues, but when you look at how Real Madrid sort of just compensated and dealt with those issues by just being better offensively, it does say a lot about Manchester City's fitness both physically and psychologically. I think players who were expected to step up like De Bruyne and Jack Grealish, Jeremy Doku, and Phil Foden just never turned up for the Citizens. And I think that's made life exponentially more difficult for everybody involved with the club. I think despite the fact that this is being played at the Etihad, and I want to give City the advantage, Real Madrid have been very good, both away and at home. And when it comes to the Champions League, the version of Real Madrid that we get is completely different from the version of Real Madrid that we get domestically. This is the trophy they want. This is their trophy. They are the record holders and they are the defending champions. And Real Madrid will not want to give up their crown very easily. My score prediction for this one is going to be Manchester City 1, Real Madrid 3.
Hi, thank you for making it to the end of this video. We really appreciate the watch time and the fact that you took some time out of your day to spend it with us talking about the sport that we all love. If you enjoyed the content, why not, drop a like down below or comment in the comment section. Maybe even consider subscribing to the channel. And I mean, while you are here right now, have a look at some of our old videos too. They should be appearing on the screen right now, along with that subscribe button. So you know exactly what to do. Thank you so much. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm. And have a great day out there. And we hope to see you again very, very soon. Thanks. Stay safe.